Good morning, students. Welcome to e-learning program. Myself, Sunil Ekar from HAL English Medium School, Ozar Township, Ozar. Now, students, now we are going to learn the last lesson of this textbook. That is sixth lesson of civics. That is bureaucracy. District collector orders curfew. Now, these points we have to study in this lesson. Municipal Commissioner presents the budget. Finance Secretary resigns. Divisional Commissioner will review the revenue collection. In the above a box, a few posts like District Collector, Municipal Commissioner, Finance Secretary, and Divisional Commissioner are mentioned. These are civil servants in the government's administrative system. You might be thinking, what are their functions? In the chapter which explained the role of Union Executive, we learned that the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers make proposal for new laws and also decide upon policies. Bureaucracy is the administrative system which works under the Union Executive and has the responsibility of actual implementation of government's policies. In this chapter, we will understand that importance of bureaucracy. In any country, the government carries out two fundamental types of functions. First, to defend the country from external aggression and internal threats and to ensure safety of citizen. And second, to provide various services to civil citizens and ease their daily lives, which will enable them to develop themselves and the society. The first function is to ensure security of the country. This is carried out by the service called the defense forces. The role of internal security is carried out as aid to civil services as aid to civil services. For the second function, an administrative system is developed. We call it the civil services. The system of civil servant is also known as bureaucracy. We call it the civil services. The system of civil servants is also known as bureaucracy. In the parliamentary democracy, representatives elected by the people and the ministers have the responsibility of administration. The functions of the government are discharged by various departments. Every department has a minister who is political head of that department. Just we know it very well. As a representative of people, the minister has to carry out the work of department by giving priority to public welfare. The minister may not be expert in the particular subject, but she is conscious of broad public interest. The secretary of the department gives expert advice to the ministers. The secretaries are appointed from the civil service. The aspiration of the people and administrative expertise are thus put in harmony in the parliamentary system. Okay, now what is bureaucracy? That is, it is the administrative system which work under the union executive. Just we have seen here. Okay, the administrative system provided civil services to people functions with the help of civil servants or bureaucrats. Hence, the system is known as bureaucracy. They have the responsibility of actual implementation of government's policies. Very important thing is that. Then the fundamental functions of government, that is to defend the country from external aggression and internal threats, to provide various services to make citizens' life comfortable, to make easy, which will enable to them develop themselves and the society. The function of ensuring security to the country is carried out by armed forces, and various services are provided to the citizens by civil services there. Okay. Then representatives and administrative officers. In parliamentary democracy, representatives elected by the people and administrative officers have responsibility of administration. Just we have seen here. As the representative of the people, the minister has to carry out the work of department by giving priority to the public welfare. The secretary of department gives expert advice to the minister, and the aspiration of the people and administrative expertises work in harmony in the parliamentary system. Okay, now second point is there, that is the characteristics of bureaucracy. Okay, characteristics of bureaucracy. In the first, that is the permanent mechanism is there. Okay, tax collection, environment protection, maintenance of law and order, provisions regarding social security are certain important tasks that have to be consistently undertaken by the bureaucracy. This is possible because bureaucracy is a permanent mechanism. The Prime Minister and their Council of Ministers change after every election, but the bureaucracy under their control remains constant. It is permanent in nature. Just we have read it. The tax collection, environment protection, maintenance of law and order, provisions regarding social security are certain important tasks that have to be consistently undertaken by the bureaucracy. The Prime Minister's second one is, that is the Prime Minister and their Council of Ministers may change after every election. You know it very well. It definitely changed it. But the bureaucracy under their control remains constant. Okay. Now second point is, that is the political neutrality. The bureaucracy is politically neutral. This means that regardless of the political party in power, the bureaucracy is supposed to carry out the implementation of their policy decisions with the same efficiency and commitment. In this regard, the civil servant should abstain from taking a political stand or act according to their political views. If a political party fails to win election, it has to leave government and another party that wins elections come to power. The new government may change some policies of the earlier government, and it happens. Even in such case, the bureaucracy is expected to remain neutral while discharging its duties. Okay. Now the bureaucracy, just we have read it. The bureaucracy is expected to work with same efficiency and commitment regardless of the political party in power. It is expected to keep away from taking the political stand or act according to their political views. It is completely neutral. Bureaucracy is there. The governments may change from the time to time, and so does the policies, but the bureaucracy is expected to remain neutral while performing its duties. Okay. Second one is, that is the anonymity. Anonymity means that a civil service should not be held directly responsible for any success or failure of policy. It is the minister who is responsible for the efficient and smooth functioning of the concerned departments. It is the minister who, as the head of that department, is accountable for any inefficiency. Civil servants are never public criticized. The parliament holds the minister responsible for malpractices. In such case, the minister bears the responsibility and protects the bureaucracy. Anonymity means, just we read it, that the civil servant should not be held directly responsible for and success or failure of the policies there. The minister is responsible for the efficient and smooth functioning of concerned department. The parliament holds the minister responsible for malpractices and inefficiency. The minister bears responsibility and protects the bureaucracy. Anonymity is maintained about bureaucracy who gives advice to the ministers. Okay, now the next point is that is significance of Indian bureaucracy. I think so you can understand it very well. Just I whatever I explained it. Okay. Now the next point is that is the significance of Indian bureaucracy. The structure of Indian bureaucracy is extensive and complex. Several important reforms that were introduced during the post independence period have been effectively implemented by the bureaucratic structure. Today, we see many positive social changes reaching to common people. These changes have been brought by the Indian bureaucracy by implementing the policies made by the government. Bureaucracy gives stability to the political system. Water supply, transport, electricity, public cleanliness, health, agricultural reforms, prevention of population, and such other services are everyday needs of people and need to be consistently provided to them. This brings stability in the day to day life of the people. Secondly, it is important to understand that bureaucracy is an important instrument of social transformation. The laws enacted by the government for empowerment of women, child security, plans for the marginalized section are implemented by the bureaucracy. Social change is brought through the implementation of such policies. The bureaucracy also plays an important role in the democratization of society. Marginalized section of society have been brought into mainstream by implementing the reservation policy. Their participation has been increased in the process of decision making. Democratization of society not only requires progressive laws and policies, it also needs the effective participation of bureaucracy. Okay, now just we read this significance of Indian bureaucracy is there. The several important reforms introduced during the post-independence period have been effectively implemented by bureaucracy. Just we have read it. It gives stability to political system. Very important thing is there. Consistent civil service provided by the bureaucracy bring stability in the day-to-day life of the citizens, the common people. It has become an important instrument of social transformation. Then the laws enacted by the government of for empowerment of women, child security, plan for marginalized section have been successfully implemented by the bureaucracy. It has played an important role in the democratization of society. It has placed in bringing marginalized section of society into mainstream by implementing this reservation policy effectively. Okay, now the second point is that is the types of civil services. In India, there are three main types of civil services. First of all India services. They include the Indian Administrative Service, that is IAS, Indian Police Service, that is IPS, and Indian Forest Service, that is IFS. These are the all India services are there. Then second one is union or central services. They come under the union government. They included Indian Foreign Service, that is IFS, Indian Revenue Service, that is IRS, etc., etc. Then state civil services. They come under the state government. They include deputy district collector, block development officer, tahsildar, that is the executive magistrate, etc. They are recruited through competitive examination held at the state level. That is the MPSC exam. Just we know it very well. The Indian Constitution has established autonomous institutions like Public Service Commission to ensure that the civil servant are selected on the basis of criteria of merit and efficiency. The Union Public Service Commission, that is UPSC, conducts examination for recruitment and appointment of candidate for all India service and central services, that is through UPSC. And the Maharashtra Public Service Commission, that is MPSC, selects candidates through competitive exams and recommends them to the government to be recruited in the state administration. In order to provide the opportunities to all sections of all sections of society to enter in bureaucracy and civil services, there is a provision for reservations for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, women, other backward caste, and especially able. These provisions ensures that weaker section of the society are not left out the civil services due to the social equality. Okay, now just we have seen here the um, types of civil services are there. Just we have seen here all India services are there. First of all India services, that is the Indian Administrative Service, that is IAS. Second one, Indian Police Services, IPS. Just we have a read here. Okay. Hmm. Now that is the UPSC under control is there. That is third one is Indian Forest Services, that is IFS. These three types are from all India services. Then Union or Central Services, second one is there, that is the Indian Foreign Services, that is IFS. Then Indian Revenue Service, that is IRS. Then the state civil services are there. Just mm, candidates selected from the MPS exam, that is the state civil services, the deputy district collector, then block development officer, then tahsildar, executive magistrate. These are the types of civil services are there. Okay, what are the functions of public services are there? That is the established to ensure that the civil servants are selected on the basis of merit and efficiency. Then autonomous institutions has been established, okay, by the Indian Constitution to select appropriate candidates to commission the commission. Second one, the conducts exams, then decide ability criteria, conducts interview of candidates, presents the list of selected candidates to the government and recommends them for recruitments are there. This just we have seen here, and we have seen there the types, that is the Union Public Services Commission, that is through the UPSC conducted exam for the recruitment and appointment candidates all India services, central government is there. Okay, now the next point is there, that is the minister and secretaries are there. Just we have seen here. Okay, efficiency of particular government department depends upon the interrelationship between the minister and departments, secretaries and deputy secretaries. The decisions relating to the department are made by concerned minister, but necessary information to make such decisions is given by the civil servant. Civil servant, meaning bureaucracy, has complete control or information. It is the civil servant who knows the financial provisions for the particular scheme or plan. Civil servants are aware of the history of success and failure of policies. Hence, ministers are dependent upon the civil servant. If ministers maintain a dialogue with civil servants and the develop mutual trust and transparency, it will help the departments. Okay, now just we have seen here, that is the ministers and secretaries. The efficiency of a particular government department depends upon the interrelationship between the minister and department secretaries and deputy secretaries. Communication should be there. Civil servants have complete control over the information related to their department. They are aware of history of success and failures of policies. Hence, the ministers are totally dependent on the civil servants. So, how the important role plays the civil servants are there, which candidates selected through the UPSC exams and state unions, state servant, that is the MPSC exams are there. And students, just we have to, I would like to tell you, I would like to suggest you, just you have to think about the competitive exams, that is UPSC exams or MPSC exams. Just you have to started your study from 10th or 11th standards. Just you know about how conducted the UPSC and MPSC exams are there, how the civil servants are there, how their roles are important according to the government for the nation. So students, just we have to think about the competitive exams. Here exercises are given there, questions and answer, just you have to write down uh, in your homework notebook. Okay, now I think so you can understand this lesson very well. And just our syllabus of this academic year is completed. History and civics are there. Okay, thank you very much, and best of luck.